Welcome to official coverage of Formula PlayStation, a league hosted by myself. And so today we have the pre-season race at Monaco. Why Monaco for the pre-season race? Well, if we can keep it clean round here, we can pretty much keep it clean round anywhere. So Monaco, 50% races, 39 laps here at Monaco, with the softs and super softs being the tyres of choice here. Monaco, it's going to be a long, tough race. So let's get into the qualifying. Should be an interesting one, where qualifying is crucial here on this jewel of the Formula 1 calendar. So this is how qualifying shaped up. We've got Hyperdix on pole in his Caterham with a 1:13.011, and so we've got Mini Chairs looking at the front row in his Force India, only 5/10 behind. So on the second row we've got Boss 1996 and myself. Then we've got Cal HD1, Chaz B, Neek FR12, Nathan V, JYY, Ricky Muse getting a 10 position penalty for holding someone up in qualifying, so he'll be demoted to 11th on the grid. ATR qualifying 11th, but will move up to 10th on the grid. So it should be an interesting race. Let's get into it. 39 laps on Monaco with highlights. So here we are for Monaco. The first race of Formula PlayStation, the pre-season race. 39 laps here. And I'm bringing you highlights from the views of myself and Boss 1996. Hopefully by Canada round 4 we will also have views from Cal HD1 and Mickey Motions. Mickey Motions didn't turn up to the race, so we couldn't get his view for this one. And hopefully Cal will be getting Elgato soon at Canada. So we should have up to 4, maybe 5 if Nathan V also gets his capture card. So it should be good. So we're coming up to 5 red lights and we are off for the first time in Formula PlayStation. So we're coming through to turn 1. I'm going to brake early now just around here. And this is the stupidest move I've ever made in the world. Wow. Oh, wow. I just left too much room for everyone. I was actually too kind to everyone. I just let everyone through and didn't leave enough room for myself to turn into the corner, which is quite stupid from me. But, you know, it's a long race. 38 laps left. Let's see what we can do. So we're cutting later on to lap 1, chasing down Nathan V. ATR's lost it a tiny bit. Nathan's going to go round and avoid him. Nathan using a controller here. So what you're about to see is he smacks into the barrier at Raskas. Nathan using a controller. He's usually a PC racer, so he's using a controller for PS3. He says he's going to try and hook up his wheel for next time, so hopefully he will have more control over his Red Bull. So now we're chasing down ATR. We've got McLaren and Mercedes there. Looks like the Mercedes has lost a bit, or given back the position from McLaren or something like that, because JYY has dropped back behind both of them. So ATR up to 7th place, that is. So now we're coming through Casino Square. JYY on the prime tyre, so I'm going to want to dispatch him as soon as I can. Got the McLaren hitting the barrier. JYY getting distracted a bit, leaving the gap open for me. So I'm up into 7th place, getting 2 places in 1 corner. Pretty nice there. So now we're chasing down ATR. I've got plenty of KERS left for the tunnel. I'm going to use about half my KERS through this tunnel section, getting a nice exit. Going to use the KERS on the rich fuel mix. Obviously going to try and burn some excess fuel as I'm on the normal fuel strategy. So we're coming down to the chicane. Obviously we can't catch ATR too much in that braking zone, but ATR's lost it. ATR's lost it. He's in the barrier there. So looks like he's going to have to continue. Oh no, he's retired. ATR retires here. Bit of a rage quit there. Unfortunate to see. Hopefully next time he'll know it's a long race. He could have made some sort of comeback. You know, I was down to 10th place and I'm already up to 6th by lap 2. So, you know, hopefully ATR learns next time. So we're coming through Raskas now. And we're going to chase down Chaz B. He's quite a bit ahead of us, 4 seconds. So it's going to be a bit of a task. But I think we'll be able to manage it. So now we're going to cut to a view of Boss 1996's view. And he's up front in 3rd place. And apologies for no audio, but Boss recorded this with his own commentary. So obviously I didn't want you to hear that as well. So we're coming through with Boss. And he's being chased by Cal. And Many Chairs is a bit up the road. He's chasing a Hyperdix. So it looks like a close battle between the 1st and 2nd and 3rd and 4th. So this is going to be interesting how it unfolds during the race. So now we're going to cut back to lap 5 with my view. Chasing down Chaz B. And he's a good 10 seconds ahead of me. And no, my teammate Neek loses connection. I can confirm after the race with him that it was just a random disconnect. 100% just his internet shut off for some reason. Really unfortunate, you know, sometimes luck isn't on your side in these long races. So, you know, unfortunate to disconnect on lap 5. But he'll still get some good points as there's only 9 people left in this race. So yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen in round 1. So we're going to cut later on now to Boss's view, and we're on lap 5 with him. He's changing up to Rich Mix, and he's going to try and pull away from Cal HD1 in 4th place. He's in a nice podium position, and he'll be wanting to keep it from Cal. So he's going to come through to the Sandevot corner. It looks like Mini Ched is setting the fastest laps there, and so he's really pushing on Hyperlink. So now we're cut to lap 7 on my view. So we're chasing down Chaz B. And on the mini app, you can see Chaz is stationary, and Chaz B has lost it. When it comes through, he's ghosted, thankfully. I did avoid him anyway, even if he hadn't ghosted, but, you know, good to have no contact there. So we're up to 5th place. So this is pretty good, only 7 laps gone, and we're already up to 5th place. So Boss here on lap 9 is being chased down by Cal still very much. And he's coming through the pit straight using all the curves. And it looks like he's going to pit on lap 17 there, as we can see on the right. So maybe Boss is going to do a 1-stop maybe. This could be interesting because I know for a fact me, Cheddars, Hyperlix and Cal and myself will be doing 2 stops. So, you know, Boss has been known for his tyre saving, even more than me. So I think I'm pretty good at tyre saving, but Boss is just, well, a boss. And he can pretty much take those the softer compound tyres to, you know, way more laps than any other people can. So we've gone into the pits on lap 11, and we're on to the prime tyre, the soft yellow wall tyre, and that was a pretty good pit stop, 3 seconds, and we're ahead of Chaz. Let's see where we come out. We should come out behind, in front of Chaz, sorry, because the pit stop's around 17 seconds, give or take. So now we come out in front. Oh God, Nathan Navi there, spun round. Unfortunate there. So he's going to have to reverse it. So now we're going to cut later on to Boss's view. We're on lap 15, and he's coming through the hairpin, and he just clips the barrier, and he loses it. Mini Cheddars overtakes him. Mini Cheddars had already made his pit stop, so he overtakes Boss. That was crucial for Mini Cheddars, which means he's got some clean air to try and kind of not let Hyperlink get any more time on him, not being in already for a pit stop. So now we're coming through. Rascal's going to follow Mini Cheddars. Mini Cheddars making a bit of a mistake there, hitting the barrier. So, Boss is going to use the rest of his curves. Got DRS. Let's see what we can do here with the DRS. And looks like we're going to cut later on, so we probably didn't overtake Mini Cheddars there. So he's coming to the pits on lap 16, 1 lap earlier than his scheduled pit stop. So he's going to make a 3.0, so pretty similar. Should be like that. You know, we're on equal cars. There are known to be some advantages and disadvantages from certain car to car on track, but looks like in the pit stops it's all the same. So now Boss should be coming out in 3rd. I think Cal HD is already pit already. So Boss pitting on lap 17. So he's going to try and make these tyres go to the end. It's going to be pretty damn interesting if he can. You know, I'm a bit skeptical. I think, you know, myself talking to a few ARL guys, and they advised me to go 2-stop because it's much faster because of the tyre wear. We'll see what Boss does. So now we're coming through the casino square. We've got Cal HD1 chasing down Boss. And let's see how far he's behind. Hyperlix is 9 seconds ahead of Boss. And Cal is only 5 seconds behind. So it's pretty close. And oh God, looks like on the mini-map I can see someone has gone off onto the runoff area there. So now we're going to cut later on into the race. On my view, lap 27, 10 laps later. And I've spun it round with some worn tyres. Oh God, Mini Cheddars just managed to go through. Thankfully, my car ghosted. But I lost the car there. I'm in a good 5th place. Chaz is very much behind me. And Cal is very much in front of me. So really, I can afford to make some mistakes, but, you know, still a bit embarrassing there. So now Boss is going to come through. He's going to make a pit stop on lap 29. So Boss has reverted to a 2-stop now. He's realised that maybe best thing to do is go on the option tyres for the rest of the race for 10 laps more and try and stay ahead of Cal. Cal's only 18 seconds. This is going to be very close here. Cal trying to undercut Boss there with an earlier pit stop. So let's watch as Boss comes out of the pits. And we got Cal right there on the mini-map. He's coming through. He's going to come through to Sandevot. Going to start braking now. Looks like Boss has got in front of him. But we're going to climb up the hill with him. Cal probably using some of his curves at this point. Trying to catch Boss off. Because Boss will be on those colder tyres. And Cal would have heated him up for at least 1 lap. And we've got a back marker losing it. Boss loses it. He's going to the wall. And Cal's going to go around the outside of this corner. Boss dives down the inside. It's a beautiful move. And they're going side by side through to the... Oh God, that wasn't going to work. And they've lost it, both of them. Bit of a racing incident though, because I think they were both put off by the back marker there of JYY spinning it at Casino Square. And Boss has a bit of a weird glitch, and the game tries to tell him to let Cal back through, but then it fixes itself. So Boss stays in 3rd place, but pretty much a racing incident, nothing to do there, and the stewards have looked through it. Definitely just a racing incident there. So Cal, he's really close. He's going to make a diving move down the inside like Perez. No, he doesn't. A bit of a weird weird thing, he was so close. He definitely should have tried to make some sort of move. So now we cut to lap 29 with me. I'm about nearly a lap down, as you can see by the delta on the left. And we're coming through to the pit stops. Pretty much a whole lap down just because I completely ruined lap 1 there with spinning into, well, smashing into the barrier at turn 1. And I also spun, you didn't see it in the highlights, but I did spin another time on lap 1. And obviously that spin around lap 27. So it hasn't helped me at all to try and catch Cal. You know, it's Monaco. We're not looking at results really. We're just looking. The connections are nice, and you know, if you know, we get through it cleanly. And also, I want to get your opinion on these highlights I'm doing. So now we're cutting to lap 33. I'm chasing down. Oh God, looks like we've got a McLaren not letting me through exactly. But obviously, blue flags just say you have to let us through in 3 laps. And Hyperdix has disconnected. The front runner, the guy who was winning the race, has disconnected. So unfortunate. And after the race, we found out that it was completely just random disconnection again. Really unfortunate, but that has gifted Mini Cheddars the lead right now. So we cut later on into lap 34. Cal is chasing Boss, and Mini Cheddars there in first. Boss has been upgraded to 2nd place, and here we cut back to me. And as you can see, Hyperdix is now back online. No use though, and I'm going to get 4th place now as we drive past where Hyperdix disconnected. So just around there, he disconnected. So we're going to cut later on all the way to lap 39, and Boss is going to come through to get a nice 2nd place. Mini Cheddars wins the first race of FPS, although albeit pre-season race, but still it was a very good Grand Prix, very clean driving, good to see there. So now we cut to my view, and I'm a lap down. Chaz in front of me is 2 laps down, and I'm coming to lap him in 4th place here. So yeah, it's been a very nice race, and I hope you guys have enjoyed these highlights. Very clean race, and obviously the front runners enjoyed a good few battles. So here are the race results. We've got Mini Cheddars winning it in his Force India and 25 points in the bag. Obviously it's only pre-season, so not actually in the bag. So we got Boss and Cal locking out the podium. Got me in 4th, Chaz B in 5th, JYY in 6th, Nathan Navi in 7th, Hyperdix in 8th, Riggy Muse in 9th, Neek in 10th, ATR in 11th, and then we got all those DNSs. And yeah, Hyperdix onwards, all the DNF disconnects and ATR rage quitting. Unfortunate to see, but it has been a very enjoyable pre-season race. No crashes, no major incidents. Obviously we had a bit of an incident qualifying, and also just a note to people who are in the league, there is a bit of a massive, a massive speed gap between the front runners, the mid pack, and then the slower guys. You know, if you're being lapped, please do try and make the effort to kind of completely get out of the way. I know it could ruin your race a bit, but the front runners race are more important, you know, in terms of that's why the blue flags are there. So just a little note to you guys. But you know, it was a good race. Mini Cheddars winning it obviously, and he'll be wanting to carry that form through to round 1, which is going to be Spain. So, and Boss and Cal finish up the podium. It's going to be close between them. Very, very close, you can see. And also, I think Right Box didn't turn up to the race, but I think Right Box is about the same pace as myself. So we're going to look out for that. I think it'll be a battle between Hyperdix, Mini Cheddars, Boss and Cal, myself and Right Box, and Chaz B and Neek. Unfortunately, we didn't see that battle today with Neek disconnecting. So we're going to move on. So that's the end of the highlights of the Monaco Grand Prix pre-season race. The next race is going to be Spain. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of FBS League highlights. Give it a like if you did, comment below, subscribe if you're new, and comment below what you think I should improve on. Are there any improvements I can make? Yeah, so subscribe if you're new for weekly F1 content, including these league race highlights. So I've been aarava, hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time.